Welcome to our West Coast Conference Fall Sports Preview Week, our final day of the week. We are looking at volleyball in the WCC. Joining me today, Pepperdine's Olivia Okoro, St. Mary's Rachel Gilchrist, BYU's Jen Hampson, and USD's Alexa Banker. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. All right, let's start off looking at each of your programs individually. So, Olivia, can you tell us a little bit about what Pepperdine's going to look like this season?
We have a very athletic team right now, have a pretty fast-paced offense going, and we've just been working really hard in the gym.
Great. Rachel, what about St. Mary's?
We're looking good. Have an older team this year, 6 seniors, but 4 freshmen coming in that are doing so well and really picking up the system really well, and we're excited.
Fantastic. Jen, tell me a little bit about BYU this year.
We're super excited for this season, and we have a lot of people coming back and a few new freshmen. We're pretty balanced this year.
Fantastic. And finally, Alexa, let's look at San Diego, the reigning champs. What are they going to look like this year?
Well, we lost a lot of seniors. We have a lot of new people, and it's a new team, but not necessarily new personnel.
Fantastic. All right, Olivia, let's look specifically at Pepperdine for a little bit here. You guys have a new coaching staff, new head coach Troy Tanner coming in, taking over. Tell us a little bit about the new coaches and how you think that's going to have an effect on the team this season.
Well, Troy Tanner, he is an awesome guy. He's very chillaxed, and he's a lot of fun to work with. He's brought a new mentality kind of to the program. So it's like a focused but relaxed, kind of stress-free environment. And then we have Alex Dunphy, who's our assistant, and she's the son of Marv Dunphy. The daughter of Marv Dunphy, and she's just a lot of fun to work with. And there's a good mixture in the coaching staff. And Kyle Luongo, who is our assistant, and he's also working with us. And they're just really fun to be around right now, and they're putting a lot of energy into us, and we're just working our hardest for them.
You were redshirting last season after transferring, so you weren't necessarily part of the team competing on the floor every year, but the Wades didn't make the postseason for the first time in a couple years last year. What do you think your team needs to do to get back there this season?
I just think we need to stay focused and focus on us. As long as we are in control of what we're doing, like the other side of the net doesn't matter too much, as long as we're just in sync and communicating, high energy, just doing what we got to do.
After not seeing any regular season game action last year with that red shirt year, do you think there's going to be an adjustment period for you personally this year at all?
I'm sure there will be just a little bit, but I'm just really excited to get back out there and start grinding with my teammates.
You liking this new team so far?
Love this new team.
Fantastic. And what do you see as your team's biggest strength heading into this season?
I would say our athleticism is really great this year, and we have a lot of great leadership going on right now. No one's afraid to step up and say something if it's need to be said. And yeah, I just think we have really good balance. There's no hierarchies and anything like that. Our team is just really going with the flow, and it's a really nice thing to be in right now.
Thanks, Olivia. Rachel, let's take a look at St. Mary's now. Very senior-heavy team, as you told us at the beginning. What do you think all of that experience and all of you guys having played together for a while is going to do for the way this team looks this season?
I think it's a huge advantage just because the team knows each other. We're all very comfortable with the system. Rob Browning is teaching. We're all very comfortable with each other, and we also all really know what we want. This is our senior season. We want to win as much as possible, and we all are really excited to get on the court and start playing.
Do you think that puts any kind of sense of urgency on your team, maybe some of the younger teammates as well, knowing that so many of your players, this is the final year out on the court for them?
Yeah, I think there's always a sense of urgency, maybe more now, but I think that it's only going to help. It's especially helpful for the freshmen, I think, to walk in and understand how important training camp is, and it feels even more so now that half of the team is entering their final season.
And your season personally ended early last year with an ankle injury. How are you feeling so far this year?
I feel great. I'm excited. Training camp's been going well, and just so excited to start playing in a week.
Did you learn anything about the game or your team having to kind of sit on the sidelines for a while and just watch?
Yeah, definitely. It was a whole different experience to, watch the plays and be talking with the middles and stuff, but not necessarily being able to practice with them. So I tried to learn as much as I could during the time off and help my team as much as I could, help my position, and help them in the games, giving them feedback and stuff. But it's exciting to come back and actually be able to play and be healthy.
Okay, now your team is very active on social media, and there is a hashtag that you probably know what I'm talking about. It's hashtag GalesWoo that your team tweets a lot. What's the story behind that, if you can share that?
I actually don't know how it started, but just, a cheer that we always do. GalesWoo before, after games, before and after practice, and it has kind of stuck, especially with this team, and so we like to keep it going, like to get it out there and get everyone on the GalesWoo bandwagon.
I like it. It's very fun. All right, thanks, Rachel. Jen, let's talk a little bit about BYU. Personally, for you, this is your first season back after you focused on basketball last season. Are you excited to be playing only volleyball this year?
Yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's fun to get back in the gym and play with my teammates.
And what do you think it's going to do for you this year, having a season where you're only focusing on volleyball? I know you got that experience last year with basketball, only playing basketball, but what do you think it's going to do for your volleyball game this year?
Hopefully good things, more focus on volleyball, so hopefully it'll help.
Did you get to do any kind of volleyball workouts or anything with your team last year, or was it completely a year off from volleyball?
I did a little bit in the beginning, but since November I haven't really played volleyball. So.
Was it hard to get back into it at all?
It was hard at first, for sure, but I'm getting the hang of it. It's coming back.
Fantastic. And your team is ranked 9th in the nation coming into the season. What do you think it is about your team that makes them so good?
I think we're just a really physical team, and right now we're super experienced. Lots of the girls have been to the Sweet 16 twice, and so we're just excited to see what we can do this year.
And with that season under your belts, how do you feel like preseason workouts have gone so far this year? Do you feel like your team's kind of back, kind of picking up from where they left last year?
Yeah, preseason workouts are going well. We're just working on tweaking just a few little things because I think our program's doing really well right now.
Thanks so much, Jen. All right, Alexa, let's talk about San Diego. Last season was such a great year for you guys. Ranked 2nd in the nation at one point, won the WCC championship on the last day of the season, and made it to the Sweet 16. What are your memories and kind of emotions when you think about last year?
When you think about last year, you think about the seniors that we had and how driven they were and how they drove us to play better. And we do really miss some of those personalities, especially Chloe. But it was just a lot of fun. We were always competing. Our second side had a lot of fun going up against the first side, and practices were competitive and fun, and it was just a really great atmosphere to be a part of.
And as you mentioned, you do have a very different roster this year. How do you think the dynamic of the team will change? Obviously, not having Chloe Ferrari is a big part of the team, but how have you seen kind of the dynamics of the team just change and be different this year?
We've had a lot of girls step up. We have a new transfer, Kanae Finley, and she's doing a really great job in filling some holes. We're really changing the way that we approach the game as a team, and I think it could be better than it was last year.
Do you think you can kind of build off of last year? I know that, different players, a little bit of different players, but do you think you can use last year as an inspiration moving forward into this year?
We definitely use last year as an inspiration. We're always driven to do better and to get better, and us seniors and the juniors that have been a part of the team, the sophomores, we know what it feels like now, and we want to get back to that spot again.
And you do have a very tough non-conference schedule this year leading up to the WCC schedule. How do you think that tough schedule will prepare you for another year of tough conference play?
We really look forward to the challenge of preseason and getting to travel pretty far away, and it can only make us better playing in tough environments and going to schools that are tough matchups and bring in a large crowd. And that's something that we really enjoy, being in that atmosphere, and we enjoy the challenge and getting better from it.
And another tough year in the WCC as well this year. Last year we saw a fun year where it ended with you and BYU on the final day to decide the WCC championship. What do you think the conference is going to look like this year? Do you expect another tough kind of battle year from the WCC?
We most definitely expect a big challenge again this year. Our conference isn't easy, and we we know that it's going to be tough work to get where we were last year, and we're just really working hard right now in the gym, getting in this preseason time that we have together right now to really bond and come together so that we can do just as good as we did last year.
Fantastic. Thanks, Alexa. Now I want to hear from each of you on these next couple of questions. We'll start with Olivia. For you, what is one game you're really looking forward to this season?
I'm looking forward to the game against Arizona State, which is a tournament we have coming up in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to it because one of my teammates from Tennessee is playing on that team, so it'll be fun to play against her and see what they have going on, and they have a really great program as well. So that'll be something fun to look forward to.
That will be fun. And for your team, looking back on the season, do you have one goal that you think at the end of the season you'll say, if we do this one thing, that will make this a successful season? What would you say would have to happen for you to call this season a successful one for the Waves?
I would say that we'd have to make sure to hold each other accountable and just keep our energy and our energy and just make sure we're really just dialed in at all times. As long as we're dialed in, we're good to go. So physicality's there.
All right, thanks, Olivia. Rachel, what's one game you're really looking forward to this season?
Our conference is always so fun to play, so all of the big games are always fun, but I think we always enjoy playing at BYU. Jen, you guys always have a good crowd. It's always fun to play at BYU against you guys, so I'm looking forward to that.
Jen, what do you think it is about your crowd that makes it so special and hard to play in and fun for you guys to play in?
I don't know. We just love the atmosphere that we can create at home. We get a lot of fans there, and it's always fun to play big games against these great opponents that we have here at the West Coast Conference.
And Rachel, what do you think is going to have to happen for the Gales this season for you to call it a successful season?
I mean, I think similar to what Olivia was saying, like we all have our goals in mind. If we can stay focused on that, be mindful and just grind through each game, each practice, we're going to have a successful season.
All right, thanks so much, Rachel. And Jen, one game you're really looking forward to this season?
We enjoy like a lot of our conference games. One we're looking forward to is playing at San Diego. In the past, the conference championship has always come down to that game, and so we're always excited to play them.
I'm definitely excited to see that one as well. And what's one goal that you think looking back on your season, you'll say, if we do this one thing, it will have been a successful season for us?
I think one thing for us is that we want to compete. You know, every play, every game, just play our hearts out and compete for the ball.
All right, thanks so much. Best of luck to BYU this year. And Alexa, one game you're really looking forward to this year?
I'm personally looking forward to going to Purdue. That's where I'm from, and it's going to be a big home crowd for me.
Fantastic. And what do the Toreros need to do for you to call it a successful season for your team?
If we can surpass last year's goals, then I think we'll definitely call that a success this year.
Well, thanks so much. Ladies, thanks for joining me today, having a great discussion about the upcoming volleyball season. We can't wait for it to start. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.